Alright you guys, we're going to get into the MRE now. I actually filmed opening the package and pulling everything out, but after we started the fire, I turned the camera off, got the fire going really good, and I forgot to turn my microphone back on. So I just filmed for about 15 minutes without any sound. Already got my meal started warming up. I've got water on the stove, heating up for the coffee, and then I realized that there was no sound. So I want to go over this again and show you guys what came inside of the MRE. I haven't eaten anything yet, so I just laid it out so you guys could see it. Okay. Now for you guys that are in the military or were in the military, you know MREs came in a brown bag. Okay, the civilian ones, as you see, come in a clear plastic bag. Okay, and the brand of this is MRE Star. Alright, the first thing you'll get is your main meal. Okay, today I got pasta with marinara sauce and veggie crumbles. Alright, I just grabbed one out of my case. I had no idea what I was grabbing. I'm not picky when it comes time to food, so you know, as long as it's edible, it's going to be okay to me. Like I said, my meal is actually warming up, so this is the heater. Okay, I'll try to go over that in a little bit. It came with some sugar cookies. Okay, and for those of you that carry these, you know, in your bug out bag or, you know, in your survival packs, don't worry. If you're on a diet, they've got the nutrition facts on all the packages, so you can, you know, keep track of your calories and stay on your diet. All right, the next little package we got was a nut raisin mix. And the next one is dry fruit. Let's see the ingredients there. Banana, papaya, pineapple. Okay, so there's going to be dehydrated fruit. And you get a powdered drink mix. Okay, it's kind of like Kool-Aid. This one's fruit punch. You just add that to your canteen or your water bottle. All right, and then there's always an accessory pouch. And these are all the little things that come in the accessory pouch. You've got your spoon and napkin, a moist wipe, salt and pepper. And then this one came with coffee, creamer, and sugar. Sometimes they'll come with hot chocolate or some other one. At least I know the military ones did. I don't know about these MRE Stars. This is actually the first civilian MRE that I've ever had, so that's going to be an experience. One thing I noticed that's not in this, that was always in the military ones, was a couple pieces of chiclet gum. So I didn't see that. Don't know if it's just this meal or if it's all of them. But again, you guys, I'm sorry that this is all laid out. You didn't see the actual on packaging. But like I said, I had a brain fart and didn't have my microphone on, so there's no sound to it. I want to go ahead and show you guys the heater though, even though this is already heating up. Okay, your main meal comes inside this cardboard, and this is what your heater looks like. Okay, you just put water in it. Okay, obviously it says do not overfill. You don't want to overfill it past these black lines. Alright guys, while we're waiting for our meal to heat up, I thought I'd just keep myself busy. So I actually brought out a few different things to do that. And one of the things I brought was my SAS survival guide. Okay, the mini handbook. Alright, it's a good thing just to read through, you know. You can always sharpen your skills and remind yourself of certain skills you might have forgot. Okay, another thing that I actually brought out is some paracord and some buckles to make some survival bracelets. Now you'll notice my buckle is a little bit different than the ones you usually see. Okay, this one actually has an emergency whistle built into it. Okay, and it's just your regular Fastex buckle, but with a whistle, and it's pretty loud. Okay, so everyone calls these survival bracelets. Well, I just added to it and thought that would be a good addition if you're going to actually wear this as a true survival bracelet. Alright, my meal is actually getting pretty close to being warm. I just want to get a few more wraps on this paracord bracelet. It's not as easy to do it out here without being able to attach my ends to the desk or whatever I may be using as my work surface. So I'm just trying to do it here off my leg. It's coming out okay though. Just takes a little bit more time, that's all. So it's still coming out though. as you can see. Again, like I said, it just a little more time consuming out here just because I don't have a way to secure it down, and I keep picking up pieces of grass, getting caught in the knots here. So we're going to try to finish this up real quick, and we'll get into having lunch. Alright, just got done tying up the paracord bracelet. As you can see, I barely had enough paracord there. Wasn't very easy getting those last couple knots in there, but we're going to go ahead and cut this and burn the ends, get this all secured, and let's go have lunch. Alright, so we just pulled our meal out of the heater. Okay, you want to just go ahead and knead it a little bit. Okay, distribute your heat. And as you can see, there's little notches, okay, on your pouch. You could actually just tear it open, and that's why they give you such a long spoon. Okay, but I find it easier to go ahead, kind of push all the food down and grab your knife and do it lengthways. And that way you can open it up and get to your food a little bit better. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, so we've got pasta with marinara sauce and veggie crumbles. I have no idea what veggie crumbles are. Oh, got a little dirt on my spoon. Oh well. So, let's give this thing a try. You know, it's pretty good. To be honest, I was a little skeptical at first. Could use a little bit of the salt and pepper. Got those right back here. So we're going to go ahead and tear those open. Add a little salt and pepper. Okay. Mix it up again. Oh, one thing I just realized that this is missing that the military ones always had was the Tabasco sauce also. Now I was just thinking that, you know, it wouldn't be bad to add some Tabasco to this, but there wasn't any. So we're going to make do with what we have. Added some salt and pepper. Let's give it a try again. That's pretty good. MRE star, good job. Definitely a edible meal, main meal. We're going to go ahead and eat this and get into some of the smaller packets in a little bit, but I want to eat this while it's still warm. So thanks for joining me, guys. Let's continue eating lunch. Okay, I just wanted to try some of the other contents of this MRE. Okay, you guys remember I was heating up water for coffee. And give this a try. Okay, it's a little bit watered down. Like I said, I had filled this up about 1/3 of the way. So with a cup this big, you know, maybe 1/4. Okay, it's pretty weak coffee. But I want to go ahead and give the nut raisin mix a try. Okay, like I said, it's been a while since I was in the military, so I've never had any of the stuff like this. So let's see if you guys can see that. It's, got some raisins, looks like an almond, some sunflower seeds. Not very salted, so a little bit bland. You know, if you're used to eating salted peanuts, you know, or salted trail mix, but it's not bad. I would have definitely set this aside for, you know, going hiking later today. Had it as a trail snack, but I wanted to sit here and try everything for you guys. Okay, the next one we're going to try is the sugar cookies. And that's all they are, is just a sugar cookie. Seems to have a little bit of a lemon flavor to them. There's huge chunks of sugar on there. They almost taste like a lemon cookie. Again, not bad. Now I would have preferred to eat this maybe while I was waiting for my meal to heat up. But again, we were busy doing other stuff, so wanted to kind of try everything all at once. And the last one is the dried fruit. Now, if you remember earlier, I said it's made with banana, papaya, and pineapple. So let's give this one a try. And again, it's just dried chunks of the fruit. Now, these are good. If you like, dehydrated fruit, these are definitely a good snack. It's going to give you some energy and keep you up and running. So those aren't bad. The last thing we have is the fruit drink mix, but I'm going to finish up my coffee and then we'll go ahead and mix this up and give it a try. So stay tuned. Dump the contents in here. Add some water. Grab our spoon here. Doesn't seem to be mixing real well, but again, if you just want some flavor, guess it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, so you guys come back up here and let's give this a try. Tastes just like Kool-Aid. Now on this big GSI cup, you saw I almost filled it about halfway. And it's still actually kind of strong, so you could probably fill it 3/4 of the way. Maybe, 2/3, I don't know. It's a little strong right now at half a cup, so, but it's not bad. I mean, it really just tastes like Kool-Aid. So, all right guys, that was it. That was the MRE Star, meal ready to eat. Thanks for joining me. That was a pretty good lunch. I'm just using the moist wipe to clean up my hands and wipe up my face. And just so that we can say we used everything in the MRE and tested it all, we also got the napkin out. Okay, wanted to wipe our face, wipe our mouth off. That marinara sauce can get pretty messy. The nice thing about the MREs, okay, is it does become its own little trash bag. All right, so you can just fold it up, put it back in your pack, and you obviously want to pack out anything that you brought in. All right, especially if you're out hiking, you don't want to leave your trash on the trail. But speaking of hiking, tell you what, after eating all that food, I'm more ready for a nap to go hiking, so that's what I'm going to do. You guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed having lunch with me again. We were able to start the fire using the SE fire starter. That was pretty cool. And then we got to test out one of the new MREs, again made by MRE Star. Okay guys, so thanks for joining me. Make sure you get out and live, and I'll see you next time.